Hey everyone, Roxabox9 here with the final video of our full Theros set review. So we're going to deal with Multicolor this time, and let's dive into it with Destructive Revelry. 2 to destroy an artifact or enchantment at instant speed and does 2 damage to that permanent's controller. It's a very, very powerful card. Definitely has potential in Constructed Standard, and I think it's pretty darn awesome. It's a combination of Shock and a 1-cost Naturalize. Sign me up. It's great. And red-green is such a powerful color combination it will definitely be in Standard, still a powerful combination. Annex and Symede, 3/2 for 3, first strike, vigilance. Stop right there. That's a really powerhouse creature, just like that. And of course, limited, it's ridiculous. But then you get the heroic that gives 1/1 and trample, which I think for red-white colors is very, very solid. And again, constructed viable, limited bomb. It's pretty awesome. Underworld Cerberus, he's huge, he's mean, he's probably the only really, really good black-red that we have for coming out of this set. 6/6 for 5, that's basically unblockable. Cards and graveyards can't be targeted spells or abilities, which is ridiculous because it makes graveyard reanimation difficult, and making it that even if reanimate players get stuff to the graveyard, it gets returned. He's just constant crazy power. Very, very awesome. Definitely a solid. Remember, Olivia Voldarian's rotating, so he could fit that 5 spot for our Rakdos builds. Crazy awesome card. Huge fan. Also, we'll probably see play in other formats like EDH and such. It's just raw value. Daxos and Meletis is a legendary creature. Again, I think he's pretty fun as an EDH commander. I think he's pretty solid. I think, he's not quite Geist of St. Traft, of course. He doesn't have hexproof, it doesn't give you that much power. But making it that you can cast the card and spend mana as though mana of any color means you don't have any difficulties. So I think for EDH, he's going to be huge. Definitely a lot of fun. I'm going to be making a separate video, a top 10 video for EDH cards. So I don't want to talk too much about him because he may be on that list or not. He's a solid, fun card. I like him a lot. Polis Crusher, he's huge, he's mean, he's trample, pro enchantments, he's going to be a limited bomb. I definitely think he has potential. I would say he would take the spots in red-green aggro like that over Huntmaster, but then Huntmaster's rotating. But we have Xenagos also, so yeah. Yeah, but otherwise he's freaking awesome. Battle-wise Hoplite's a lot of fun because he's a 2/2 for 2 that gets 1/1 and Scry from the heroic. So I think it's definitely a solid 2-drop for if decks are going to run heroic, he would be one of the top picks for the 2 slot. Timaret, the Murder King, is going to be fun for EDH, and I don't know if he's quite there just because he requires so much cost for what he does. You could return him back and such. I just don't think he's quite there for standard constructed, but again, we're rotating, so I don't quite know the more powerful decks that are going to be finally out, and Timaret may see play. But in EDH, I think he's a lot of fun to build around. He definitely fits the Rakdos color scheme in terms of what he does, and I like that you can get him. You can put him to the graveyard and get him back. That it's to save you having to pay penalty cost. Very solid 2-drop. Kragma Warcaller is supposed to be another Minotaur. It gives, whenever Minotaur attacks, it gets 2/1. It gives haste, but again, you need a lot of Minotaurs. So until we have more Minotaurs, he's just not there. Xenagos and Ashiok we already spoke about. Ashiok could see play for a little bit in Control Mirrors, but that's about it. I just don't think he's even so good there. Fleecebane Lion is unfair and ridiculous, and I'm a huge fan of this card. I mean, given that it's not so pricey right now, I'm going to try to pick up some of them. I think it definitely has serious potential, and in Cube, it's going to be a monster. Prophet of Krufix is going to be an EDH Commander All-Star. It's basically Seedborn Muse with Teferi. You put them together, and you get this card. I'm loving it, and the art is stunning. Reaper of the Wilds is a ridiculously powerful curve. You have Varros, we have Literal, we have Reaper of the Wilds. Guys, this card's insane. So powerful. Psychic Intrusion is a bit too expensive for what it does. Steam Augury is a lesser factor fiction. We already talked about it. I like it. It's going to be really powerful card draw in Standard, but outside of Standard, it's going to be a little more narrow because Factor Fiction is just better and more versatile. Ashen Rider is a better Angel Despair. It's going to take over Angel Despair and Legacy Reanimator, I believe. So keep an eye on this card. Its value is going to be there. And an EDH Commander, even in non-reanimate decks, it's going to be serious value, guys. Keep an eye on this card. Metamai the Ageless, also very powerful. It ends at curve. It ends out the curve at 6 mana for control builds. Of course, we have things like Aetherling and such still around, so not completely, but I think it's very, very powerful, and if you can combat trick to get it through, you're going to basically take over the game. Spell like Chimera is a leftover from Return to Ravnica. I wish it would be stronger in Limited, but I don't know if it's quite there. I would say it could work in Limited, but that was before we saw that they didn't really dedicate too much power to instants and sorceries in the entire set. So yeah, sorry, old buddy, you should have been printed in Ravnica. Triad of Fates is going to be terrible and constructed. It's going to be a very fun EDH commander. I think for black-white, it's going to be one of the top picks once more decks are built with it. I think it has a ton of potential there as a commander. Akoran Hoplite's one of the new ones. It's 2 for 1/2. Whenever it attacks, it gets X+0, where X the number of attacking creatures you control. If it had more evasion, it'd be really good. As it is, it's just not that powerful. Chronicler of Heroes, another new one. 3 for a 3/3. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you draw a card if you control a creature with 1/1 counter on it. So that's giving Selesnya love, and 3 for a 3/3 by itself is already decent. Although we still have that Centaur that gains you 3 life, so it's kind of just not there, I don't think. It's fun. It will see some play in some decks, but I don't know if it's quite there for constructed. Horizon Chimera is 2 a green and a blue for a 3/2 flash, flying, trample. Whenever you draw a card, you gain a life. This is just Simic goodness, and Simic players will find use for it for sure. Solid Simic card. Farika Menders, 5 for 4/3. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you may return target creature or enchantment from your graveyard to your hand. It's just limited value, and it's a Gorgon, so very, very cool for limited. Sentry of the Underworld, 5 for 3/3 Flying Vigilance. Black and a white, pay 3 life, regenerate it. Again, it's kind of raw value, and the fact that you can regenerate it, I think in limited could see some play. It's possible, but it's definitely not one of the first couple picks. Shipwreck Singer, 2 for 1/2 flying, that target creature and opponent controls attacks its turn, and attacking creatures get 1/1. It's a versatile card, but I don't think it's all that good. It's just not quite there. And I think that is everything. So thanks for watching, everyone. Give me your thoughts about the multicolor and about the whole set. Feel free below in the comments section. My general thoughts on the entire set is that the 100-something cards are very lackluster for what they are. We only got a handful or so, maybe a little more, that are any good out of the 100-something cards. So for such a large set, a lot of the set is jank and terrible, and the other half of the set is pretty awesome. So it's a very mashup set. I'm definitely not quite as hyped as I was about it. But there's still so much goodness in the set, and there's so much flavor that's hit right. I'm really looking forward to the next 2 sets. And let me know your thoughts about everything below in the comments section. And as always, Roxabox90 signing out. I'll see you guys next time.